Hi guys, welcome back to Lady P's Backyard Garden. Well, this week has gone by a little fast. I mean, the weather was strange as usual, but everything has starting to come in, and I've been harvesting a little bit, and I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I've harvested and getting ready to harvest. These sunflowers are doing quite well. I had to plant them, I think this was the third time I planted them because something kept eating them, but they are about to get heads on them. That makes me so happy. I even love the way they look when they're in this stage. So pretty. Perfect size. The squash is starting to come in. Quite a few peppers here. Haven't harvested them yet, but I will be harvesting them soon. I'm gonna let them get a little bigger. These tomatoes here, I don't know what kind they are. I bought them. They were supposed to be low acid tomatoes from Azure Standard, but these are the sweetest tomatoes I have ever had in my life. They are so good. I'm going to try to save some of the seeds because didn't get a name on them, but if anybody know, please put the name in the comment. I love to know what these are. These are some little pots that I got at Aldi, believe it or not. It's like 3 pots and you can stack them. So I stacked them 3 high, and I put this is celery, which is growing quite well, and parsley growing quite well in these pots. I had put some nasturtiums down in the bottom. The ones over here grew, but the other ones didn't. But still, I'm very pleased with these little pots. Weren't very expensive either. We're starting to get a few pole beans on here. I was afraid I wasn't going to get any because I had to plant these a few times, and this is the only place that grew. The other ones didn't make it, but I did get these, so I'm hoping I get a few here. I don't think I'll be canning. I think I'll just have enough to eat, but who knows? I may. I put this straw on my potatoes to mound them up, but I think I have to take it off because I am seeing all these holes, and I think something is living in there. And if they're in there, they're probably eating up my potatoes. So I'm gonna take this off. There's another hole right here. Also, if anybody know, I am getting these here growing on my potatoes, and I really don't know what they are. Please leave in the comments if you know. I don't know whether they'll grow potatoes or not. So please help me out. Now, this is, I don't know whether I would consider it a failure, but it was a lesson learned. This is a squash plant. Someone gave it to me last year, and I just called it the big squash. I think it's called Crenshaw something. I'll try to find the name and put it at the bottom. But, you know, this is not a very wide space here. And in my mind, the sun comes up in the south, which is that way. And I thought the plant would go toward the sun, but it's going toward the north. I don't understand this. This is so crazy. This is the walkway, and it's going all the way down there. It's grabbing a hold to my sweet potato plants here, and I don't know. This is just crazy. So next year, I will make sure this here plant, if I decide to plant it again, will have plenty of room. Mr. G is always saying that I keep making him extend the garden. But these are my elderberry plants, and the deer were eating them. And if you looked at my earlier videos, we put a temporary fence in last fall, and then early spring we came and incorporated it into the rest of the garden. Well, he came home and he said they have blueberry plants half off. Now, I never planted blueberry plants because of the soil, and I was a little afraid that they would not grow here, but for half price I decided to give it a try. So we extended the garden out a little. You can see where that grass is. We're gonna put cardboard down and mulch so it'll go in where the elderberries are. And these are my 3 blueberry plants. And he also put a little gate down here, so now I can go in through there. So that made life a lot easier, not having to walk around every time I needed something. I did get all that straw off of the potatoes. It looked like something was living in there, and we have been seeing little mice running around, so I wanted to get that straw off. I'm going to be digging them up very soon. These are runner beans that I put here. I was hoping they went up this trellis. I had to plant them 3 times. This is the 3rd time, but the last time I covered them until they got up some size. And I see, now that I'm videoing this, I have a bean here. So maybe I will get a few beans. I don't know what was eating them up. Is they get a little tall and something will just come and bite them up, or like these here, they would just dig the beans up and just leave them laying on the ground. So I covered them, and that seemed to work. I mean, I only covered them at night. During the day I would take it off. That worked out very well.
A few days earlier,
I'm going out to the garden, and I wanted to show you something. I had planted cucumbers 3 times, and something kept eating them, so I just went and bought a couple of plants. And this one plant just didn't seem to be growing. And let me show you. I decided to go on the outside of the fence to see what was going on, and let me show you what I seen. Look at this cucumber in between the fence. Now I have to see if I can figure out how to get it. I know I'm gonna have to cut it a few times, but I will eat what I salvaged. Well, here it is. I had to break it to get it out. It wasn't easy, but I managed. Gotta love gardening. I have a little one growing here. I have to keep an eye on it and make sure it does not get tangled up in the fence. These are some wild blackberries that I stopped to pick when we were on our morning walk this morning. They are so good. I would love to have some of these in my yard. One of my neighbors came by, and I was telling him how I picked the wild blackberries on our walk in the morning, and I wanted some in the yard. So he said, come on over, I got some, you can dig them up. So I went over to his house and we dug these up here. These 3 are looking great. I'm not sure about these 2. They're looking a little straggly, but they didn't have a lot of soil on the roots. But hopefully I will have some blackberries in my yard next year. I try to come out and do a little bit of something. Today's something was to put that cardboard in that corner by the blueberries. I got that accomplished, and that's about all. We will get mulch probably tomorrow or the day after, and that part will be finished. I tried to get out here and do a little bit of work, but this sun is just too hot. I did a little bit, but I'm heading in. But I just wanted to say one more thing. Besides, don't stay in that sun too long. Remember, the gardening is a work in progress. I've been here about 3 years, and each year I add on a little bit. I think people look at people's gardens and just get overwhelmed. Oh, that's so big. My garden is not really that large, but I guess if you don't have any garden, it may seem large to you. But just remember, start out small. You can start out with one bed. You can start out with a couple of pots. Just start planting, and each time you plant, you will learn something. Well, this is the end of the week, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Give me a thumbs up, share my video, and leave me a comment. Any questions, anything, put them down in the comments. And this is Lady P from my backyard garden. Until next time, peace and love. I'm out.